Alright, here we are at Botanical Garden, Miami. Hope it will not rain. As you can see that behind me, the amazing garden. And let's go and explore some stuff. Just inhale it. Inhale it. Smells so good, so good. Let's go check it out. What's the name of this amazing tree right here? Look at those blooming. This is Peregrina from Cuba. Nice tree. And let's go check out those cool bamboos. It's not bamboos, it's actually palms that got a little separation like bamboos, so it's kind of mixed. But they're really thin, as you can see here, and they're pretty cool to block if you have we're gonna have like a fence, so we can put them along the fence. It's a cool design. They're thin, they don't have too much leaves that will spread all around. They have a little on top. It's a good reference. Alright, moving on, we have like little lagoons and some lilies and some fishes. Wow, look at that huge carp. Probably mama fish with a little baby fishes. And again, little cactuses with dark stones. It's a cool combination. Let's go see how it's called from Mexico. Agave. Nice. A little cool. Alright, here's another cool plant that can be planted along the fence. I really like it because it's very, very thick. It's from Africa. Papyrus, Cyprus papyrus. Nice. And right here behind me we have another cool combination with Kumbolimbo. I like the flower that actually blooms and glows on that tree. It's pretty sick. I like the shape of the tree and the color. Look at those butterflies. It's a huge butterfly flying here. Look at those, they playing. How nice. How lovely. Cool butterflies. I just love butterflies. There's another one. Let's zoom in on those guys and see how they work. Wow. Look at this cool plant. Right here. Look at this. I like it. It's thin, and it's actually the same type of palm that we saw. This is just another plant that's been attached to it. Really, really cool. The name is Peperomia. And it's, look at this palm that actually blooming, and it's got nice shape, nice and curvy. So something like this along the fence could work really nice. And look at this flower blooming on it. Wow. It's a cool thing here. Overtop palm. And another one here. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, it's time to take my camera out and start taking references from all those cool landscapes that we see here. And look at this nice one. I like it. Cabara palm. Also something that can fit into our category. Not really bulky, pretty thin, and with nice top leaves. It's pretty nice. Let's take some references. Look at this cool wall right here behind me. So cool. It's got some plants just growing out of this wall. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, we got some like deep holes and moisture and stuff just grows. Interesting. Never saw something like this. Alright, so we getting to our cool combinations. This is what I actually wanted to show you right here. A white Ponciana. A really cool combination. All of this, I like the dark green and the light color, the light green color. All this combination with the bigger one and the smaller one are working really well together. Let me take some pictures of it. Alright, on the other side, just behind me, there is another one. It looks pretty stunning. Look at those colors of this palm. It's kind of palm-looking cactus. And those little ones, Asparagus densiflorus. Asparagus densiflorus. Pretty cool stuff from South Africa. They really thick, so they can cover the whole ground. And I don't know what else to say. They just look stunning. All their colorization, they have some lights and darks in them, and they really thick, and they have some small red stuff growing on them. Like little red berries. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, with combination with this orange looking, greenish orange looking palm, the stuff just looks stunning. Colorization is amazing. Alright, so on the other side we have another one which is really cool, and it's got nice flower in it. Copernica phalaensis, which kind of cactus looking, blooming with some stuff inside, pretty watery, and it's got pinkish color on it. Pretty cool stuff. Lizard. Yeah, this one's really thick. If you thinking of planting some, big cactuses like this one, you can sit and it will create some shadow. It's a good looking stuff. Plus, look at those little grasses here. Those little grasses. It's got some yellow stuff in them. I mean, it's all green, but it's also got overburned edges, which gives this nice variation of color, green and yellow. Pretty cool. Let's move on and check out what else. Here's one cool looking palm right here. Look at this. I think it's the same that we saw earlier. Really thin, big leaves, and it's pretty tall, so it can be taller than the house. I'm gonna take some pictures of that. Alright, I found really cool and thin one, kind of bamboo looking shape to it. It's not really blooming. Looks like something between bamboo and palm. It's actually more bamboo than a palm. Really thin and cool. I think something like this could be really good. I'm gonna take some references pictures and some textures pictures. This is lovely texture. I just love it. Alright, moving on and getting through some cool looking big leaves. Palm looking tree. I think I used it in my Linevo set Moel scene. This one, yeah, exactly this one. I just love those big leaves and how the color shines through them. It gives such a nice SSS, subsurface scattering, and wow, the lighting here is just amazing. If you got something like this in your garden, kind of to block the sun but still let a little sun to shine through, and it just creates this amazing atmosphere, an amazing feeling of jungle vegetation and nature, and just, you know, put a chair here and let me disconnect and connect to nature and disconnect from everyday's trouble and work and stress. It's just amazing stuff. I would definitely invest in some trees like that. Alright, let's scoop it a little bit further. And we're getting to our bamboos. This is what I was looking for. This is exactly what I was looking for. I gotta have some nice references of those leaves here and those bamboos here. Bambusa Old Hamai. Sounds very Japanese to me. And the other one, is it the same one? Yep, it's the same one. But they're pretty short, and I guess if you cut them a little bit like they cut them here, they will just keep growing up and we'll have less trees. This one's completely dry. I guess you gotta have a couple of those. So you see, it's always depends on the variation of color. This is where the realism comes out when you do those colorization for each separate vegetation, for each separate bamboo here. You gotta make one at least a little bit yellowish, darkish, kind of brownish, some dirt. Got some dirt on them. And we got some green ones. We got some green ones that pretty getting yellow here on this side. So this is it. This is what realism is all about, to have that variety of color. Definitely gonna put something like this along my fence. Here we got some bigger bamboos. Those probably would get pretty tall, pretty thick. So I'd say maybe an inch in diameter. Pretty cool stuff. Nice leaves right here. Let me take some pictures of those leaves. Gotta have those references. I gotta ask the lady that's working here, those little bulbs. But look at the lighting, and the lighting shining through those. This is how the leaves react. And look at those, how reflection. Do you see the reflection? It's almost getting white when it hits the sun directly. Look at those reflective surfaces here on those. I think my camera will get them. Pretty cool stuff. This is how leaves react. When they hit the sun, they almost become mirror, almost pure white. Very reflective. And look at this blooming beauty. I'm not sure if it's a cherry. No, it's not a cherry blossom, but it's from that same family. Looks very much the same. All right, so wow, look at this hanging thing here. You see that? That's another cool idea. If you do have a big tree in your garden, you can hang stuff like this from top. I don't know what is this, but it looks really nice. Look at this, really thick. Oh wow, this thing is like, it's not, doesn't even have a pot. It's just a hanging plant with no pot inside. Haven't seen anything like this before. Wow. Guys, definitely, if you do have a botanical garden, go visit. You're gonna be amazed to discover all that colors and combinations. And look at those stones with all this stuff that grows. So it looks very natural, and it's just makes you feel in real nature, like in jungle or something like this. So inhabit, feels like nobody was here, nobody was living here, stuff were left for centuries. Pretty wild, huh? Alright, so we're moving on and we're meeting something that looks like a cactus, but it's blooming, so got big leaves on it. And Bacterium lamerae, Madagascar tree. It's actually a tree, it's looking cactusy tree, but it's a tree, it's not a cactus. What do you know? And let's move on and see, get to the grasses here. Here's a good combination. This is actually what I was looking for right here. All of those grasses. Mealy grass. Yep. This is exactly what I'm going to use in my fence, along my fence. So let's take some good reference photos of this and see how, oh wow, look at this, it's blooming. It's got this purple looking little tree. So it's not that tall, you know. I thought it's gonna be tall, at least as my height, but it's like half of my height. It's getting to my hip somewhere here. So those guys are definitely the ones that I was looking for. So let me pause this and take some references. Okay, so we're getting to some color here. Ptychosperma feathery, shepherd's palm. Look at this. Nice, thin, and it's actually growing from one place. I hope you can plant them in a single one, so you will not have such a thick kind of bush. But they're getting pretty tall. Wow. They're getting definitely taller than our duplex. Alright, so we have also some little flowers here with a combination of some grass, Daniela tasmanica variegata. It's an Australian plant, and I pretty like the combination of the white stripes and the middle greenish stripes. So let me take some references. Alright, so if you do decide to go and have a little bit colorization, some contrast along your fence, those are definitely going to be a good choice. I like those grasses. Alright, so once again, variegata, an Australian plant. Tasmanian flex lily, that's what it's called, Tasmanian flex lily. I know it might be hard to remember all those names, but trust me, when you start working with them and you start naming them in your 3D scenes, that's the way you're going to remember them. Alright, you make it important. When you make it important, you remember stuff. Okay, let's move on and keep looking for a little bit more of cool stuff and cool combinations of some grasses here. Leafy grass right here. They look almost pretty much the same. I guess the difference is in their flowers. So this one is blooming a little bit differently, but it's got the same shape. And look at this tree. Wow, pretty cool stuff right here. I like all this. I like all this stuff. I just love it. I don't know. It makes me happy looking at those variety of colors and combination of trees and grass. Montgomery palm, big palm, and look, they nurturing some additional plants on it to grow on this palm. So you can combine, you can mix and merge 2-3 plants to have a nice combination. Let's take some reference pictures of this one too. Alright, so here is a good example of a little waterfall with the lilies and the fishes. Just in case you guys going to decide to skip on a swim pool and make some pool like this with the fishes and the waterfall and a little waterfall, this is a really cool example of how this stuff could look. Feels very, very jungly to me. Alright, so we're entering Japanese garden. I'm guessing all the stuff here is going to be like in Japan. And let's go over this bridge and enter the Japanese garden right here. Oh wow, this is definitely Japanese style. All those dark stones and this trumpet tree. It's got amazing shape. Very, very Japanese. And the bamboos. Bamboos, bamboos, more bamboos. Look at this stuff here. Vamming Koikaye from Burma. Burma, very, very Asian. I mean, more north. Laos, very, very jungly. Look at this, very thick, also cool tree. Look at that color. It's kind of white and not really white, kind of greenish, but still very, very low saturation. So the variety, it's definitely in the variety. If you can get the variety, you probably can get your stuff looking very, very realistic. Alright, so how the stones should look like. I'm gonna do pavement. Probably gonna use those kind of dark looking stones. And you can see they have here and there, they have some white stones. And a little lizard. And a little grass growing through. And some leaves. So it's all attention to detail. Look at this nice detail. We have a stone and little grasses. It's all attention to detail. And again, this tree has got such an amazing texture. Just asking to get some reference. Okay, so let's go, whoops, and get to some bamboo area. Here's a type of bamboos. Tropical blue. This stuff grows in Asia, and very got pretty long distance between the patterns here. I guess it's getting blue tint. It's kind of greenish, but it's got a lot of blue tint in it. And we're getting to a more classic one. I guess this is the one that you see in the movies when the ninjas jump, they grab to those. And these ones too. Right, here we are back to those good looking palm trees thing. I'd say this is more on the luxury side, because we're doing stuff for business class, and business class would probably use thinner bamboos. This stuff probably gonna be way more expensive because it's big, and big stuff like this hard to transport. So if you're planning to plant something like this, make sure your house is in the luxury category. Alright, another cool element here. Something that looks almost like ivy, but it's not really ivy. It's got the same kind of behavioral shape. It climbs, but it's gotta have a net, so you could make it climb over your columns or wall. This kind of goes in a nice circular shape. See that? Kind of twisted, and it goes all the way around like a spiral. It kind of climbs all the way up. So it's a really nice idea of having some stuff like this climbing all around. Okay, and almost done with our tour. Last final references of the grass and the combination of little flowers here. I'm gonna take some footage and wrap it up. Something cool here, those guys, you can put them at the entrance to your house. Nice pots, nice pavement. It goes all the way inside. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Alright, that's about it. Thanks a lot for joining me in Miami Botanical Garden. I'm gonna go home, analyze everything, and do a video post. Hope you like this vlog. See you in the next video.